Number 1. The goalkeeper, where it all begins. The goalkeeper's shirt. Always has been, always will be. There's something dead fitting about the most important defensive player on the pitch wearing the very first number. Buffon wore it. Neuer wears it. Casillas wore it. It stands for command, organization, and being the last man standing between your team and an absolute howler. And unlike most numbers on this list, the 1 has barely changed its meaning in decades. You see it on a team sheet, you know exactly who's between the sticks. Number 2 belongs to the right back. Always has done. It's part of football's original defensive numbering system. Back when things were simple and nobody was reinventing the wheel every 5 minutes. The 2 shirt means defensive discipline, tracking your winger, and not leaving gaps in behind. But the modern right back isn't just lumping clearances into row Z anymore. Cafu was bombing forward before it was even fashionable. Gary Neville made the role look like a science, organized, aggressive, technically spot on. The position has changed, the number hasn't budged. Number 3, left back. Same idea, other side. The number 3 is your left back shirt. Defensive principles, opposite flank, same story. Ashley Cole wore it and was arguably the best in the world for a good stretch. Patrice Evra wore it and was an absolute nuisance for anyone trying to get past him. These days, the number 3 is just as likely to be charging forward and whipping crosses in as they are sitting back and defending. Fullbacks have become one of the most important positions in the modern game, and the number 3 has moved with the times. Number 4. Centre-back or holding midfielder. Now we're into slightly more flexible territory. The number 4 has traditionally gone to a composed, intelligent defensive player, sometimes a centre-back, sometimes a holding midfielder sat just in front of the back 4. Patrick Vieira wore it and bossed midfields all over Europe for years. Sergio Ramos had it at various points too. The common thread? Reading the game early, keeping a cool head, and making sure the whole structure around them doesn't fall to pieces. The 4 is very much a thinking player's shirt. Number 5, the defensive leader. If the 4 is the intelligent one, the 5 is the one that lets you know about it. Classic centre-back number this. Strong in the air, loud, a proper handful to get past, and usually the one barking orders at the defensive line. Beckenbauer wore it. Puyol wore it like he was born in it. Rio Ferdinand wore it and made defending look effortless. There's a real authority that comes with the number 5. It's the shirt for the player everyone else looks to when it's getting a bit hairy. Proper leaders. The sort of blokes opposition strikers quietly dread lining up against. Number 6. The unsung backbone of the team. The number 6 has become so linked with the defensive midfielder role that people just say a number 6 now and everyone knows exactly what they mean. Sits in front of the defense, wins the ball back, keeps things ticking, stops the other lot from playing through you. It's not the most glamorous job going, but without a decent 6, most teams are absolutely all over the place. Xavi wore it at Barcelona. Franco Baresi made it legendary. Thiago Alcantara is your perfect modern example. Elegant on the ball, positionally excellent, always in the right spot. The unsung backbone of the team. Number 7. The star attacker. Right there. Now we're getting to the good stuff. The number 7 is one of football's truly iconic shirts. Traditionally a right winger's number, but it's long since become something bigger than just a position. It's a statement. George Best wore it. David Beckham wore it. Cristiano Ronaldo took it and turned it into a global brand. The 7 comes with pace, flair, the ability to do something brilliant at any given moment, and a fairly hefty weight of expectation. When a club hands someone the number 7, supporters sit up and take notice. The best ones make sure they deserve it. Number 8. Box-to-box midfielder. The 8 is the complete midfielder's shirt, the one who does the lot. While the 6 sits and screens, the 8 is everywhere. Pressing, passing, arriving late into the box, covering every blade of grass from one end of the pitch to the other. Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Andres Iniesta, 3 completely different players, but all brilliant examples of what a proper number 8 looks like. This is the shirt for the player who can't be tied down, who affects the game at both ends, and who the gaffer turns to when a result is absolutely needed. Number 9. The striker. The most iconic striker number in football, no debate. The number 9 means goals, end of. It's Ronaldo Nazario frightening the life out of defenders at the 1998 World Cup. It's Alan Shearer bulldozing through centre-backs week in, week out in the Premier League. It's Lewandowski, relentlessly clinical, barely missing a beat for years on end. Poacher, target man, complete forward, whatever flavour of striker you've got, if they're wearing the 9, there's one simple expectation. Put the ball in the net, regularly. No excuses. Number 10. The playmaker. If the 9 is goals, the 10 is everything else that makes football worth watching. The most prestigious shirt in the game, as far as most people are concerned. The creative one, the player with the vision, the technique, and the ability to conjure something from absolutely nothing. Pelé wore it, Maradona wore it, Zidane wore it, Messi wore it. That list alone tells you everything you need to know. The number 10 isn't just a position, it's an expectation of something special every single time they get on the ball. The best of them never disappoint. Number 11, left winger, the natural partner to the 7 on the other flank. Number 11 is your left-sided attacker, quick down the wing, tricky on the ball, and a constant threat going forward. Ryan Giggs defined it at Manchester United for the best part of 2 decades. Neymar wore it at Barcelona and made defenders look utterly foolish on a weekly basis. In the modern game, the 11 is often an inside forward cutting in onto their right foot rather than a traditional winger hugging the touchline. The role has shifted, but it's still one of the shirts that gets supporters off their seats. Numbers 12 to 15, squad depth. Once you move past 11, the strict positional logic starts going out the window a bit. These numbers have traditionally meant squad players, backups, rotation options, second choice keepers who spend most of their time keeping the bench warm. Number 12 is usually a reliable squad man or a reserve keeper. Number 13 gets dodged by certain players who aren't keen on the superstition, though plenty have worn it without any bother whatsoever. Number 14 though, that one's special. Johan Cruyff wore it at a time when shirt numbers still ran strictly from 1 to 11, and by simply choosing 14, he quietly broke the mold. Typical Cruyff era. Numbers 16 to 23, personal identity. By the time you're into the mid-teens and beyond, shirt numbers have got very little to do with positions anymore. Players at this end of the range pick numbers for personal reasons, a number that means something to them, a shirt worn by a player they grew up idolizing, or sometimes just something that feels right. Andrea Pirlo wore 21 and made it feel serious and authoritative. Kaká wore 22 at the absolute peak of his powers. David Beckham chose 23 at Real Madrid, a nod to Michael Jordan, worn by one of England's most recognizable footballers. These numbers won't tell you where someone plays, but they'll often tell you a fair bit about who they are. From the number 1 commanding his penalty area to the number 23 chosen for reasons only the player fully understands, every shirt still carries a story. Which number do you reckon carries the most weight in football? Let us know in the comments.